guys, and welcome to another edition of Market Marauders. Beating the market, one trade at a time. For new Market Marauders investment channel, helps you find the best deals in the market. If there's something you're interested in, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below. Like, comment, and share. Now, another crazy week going on. Crazy stuff going on in the market. Super crazy. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. First things first. If you're new to Market Marauders, make sure you go at the IG page. This is my IG page, Market_Marauders. Make sure you go at the merch page, get you some merch. Sus is the clothing brand, Sus_clothing_brand. Make sure you pick you up some merch. Then also make sure you check out the community tab where I have all the plays for the week. So, without further ado, let's jump into the plays. So, for the first one that I have today, is Zoom. So called Zoom on the community tab. You can check that out. But I had a call for Zoom. Wasn't able to come out here and give the earnings report, but it did a crazy breakout. So hope everybody was able to lock in profits on Zoom on those option calls. I think if you go look at my video for the week, on my option calls, I had a strike price of like $360. But went way past that strike price, like $100 past that strike price to $478. So Zoom had like the craziest breakout that I've seen next to Tesla in a while. So I hope everybody is able to lock in profits on that. Moving average 10 is $448.81. Moving average 50 is $341.12. The moving average 100 is $315.58, and they ended the day at $457.69. After hours, they went down $3.59, but still a pretty crazy breakout as far as that's concerned. I mean, just crazy breakout. You know, I didn't expect it to go this high. You know, in the mid-upper 300s, I think is where I had the video at. But 478, my goodness, that is a crazy breakout. So if you all followed the tab and you followed the community tab, I did have a call for this play. So hope you were able to lock in those profits for that and grow your account. So going into Zoom's earnings, we could see second quarter revenue of $63.5 million, up 355% year over year. So Zoom having a crazy breakout with their earnings. It says number of consumers contributing more than $100 million in TTM revenue, up 112% year over year. Approximately 370,200 customers with more than 10 employees, and 458% year over year. So the metrics are just off the chart for this one. And I went over Zoom on my options play for Saturday or Sunday night, and I definitely had Zoom as one of them. Their calls were pretty expensive as is, but I think if you were able to lock them in, you definitely got your money's worth off of those option plays, especially, you know, the naked calls, which are the ones that I buy. So you definitely got your money's worth off that one. So, you know, Zoom did pretty good based off their earnings. Going to the next one that had their earnings today, we got H&R Block, ticker sign HRB. Their moving average 50 is $14.63. Moving average 100 is $14.52. Moving average 100 is $14.64. And they ended the day today at $14.63. So after hours, they went down 38 cents to end overall at $14.25. So not that bad of a metric as far as that's concerned. Still, you know, to me, running sideways. They did rally up to earnings, so they went up to $15.13, but they dropped off after earnings. So, you know, that's to be expected, and, you know, can't really blame them for that. So, going into my next one, For the earnings, let's jump into their earnings. So we can see on their earnings that they were actually pretty good on earnings. It says strong finish to tax season. So with the filing, they did pretty good. And with the other things involved, they did pretty good as well. So it says today released its financial results for the 2020 and 2021 first quarter ended in July 31st. So they had a strong finish to the tax season, resulted in total U.S. tax filing growth of 3.3%. So pretty good metric for them. Fiscal first quarter financial results improved significantly compared to the prior year due to extension of the most recent tax season to July 15th. So they definitely were able to capitalize off of people filing their taxes with the extended tax season. And it says revenue increased 300% to $601 million. So that's a pretty fantastic metric. Pre-tax earnings of $124 million compared to pre-tax loss of $207 million in the prior year. GAAP earnings per share for continuing operations (EPS) improved to 40.48 compared to a loss of 0.72, while non-GAAP adjusted EPS improved to 0.55 compared to a loss of 0.66. So it's the following fiscal first quarter. Company completed insurance $650 million, aggregate principal amount of 3.875%. Notes due August 2030 and intend to use proceeds to repay existing senior notes at maturity in October 2020. So, pretty good metrics as far as that's concerned. They're okay. They're not the best, which to me, denotes why they're running sideways and not, the crazy earnings that Zoom had. So Zoom had, just the craziest earnings that I've seen thus far, next to Amazon, in my personal opinion. But I do remember that this week we still do have Macy's. So Macy's earnings is coming up. I don't have them on here. Let me put the ticker sign. Ticker sign is M for Macy's. So we're going to add Macy's to the watch list. Their earnings is going to be tomorrow. So make sure you look for them on the watch list. So they ended the day today at $7.01. They seem to be rallying before their earnings. So their earnings is tomorrow, and it's typical of companies to rally before their earnings. So, it's typical to see a company rally like this. So their moving average 10 is $7.04. Moving average 50 is $6.83. And the moving average 100 is $6.66. So they ended today at $7.01. And after hours, they went up 5 cents to end it at $7.06. So, they are bullish, denoted by the moving average 10 line being over the moving average 100 and moving average 50. So they are bullish as far as that metric is concerned. So pretty good metric for them. I don't know if they're going to have the same performance as, let's say, Ulta, but I do know that they are in the retail space and the retail sector, which has been doing pretty good overall. Now we have DocuSign, which is on Friday, which you'll see in the community tab. They've had a pretty massive breakout before their earnings, so they're rallying pretty high. If they perform the same way as Zoom did, I would not be surprised. So even though they had this rally up today, I still think, it's probably a good price to get in before, that earnings actually comes out. I think it'll continue to rally even more up to that earnings, especially considering how good Zoom did. So their moving average 10 is $261.54. Moving average 50 is $229.02. Moving average 100 is $218.76. And they ended the day at $268.80. After hours, they went up a whole $9.70 to end it at $278.50. So pretty good metrics as far as that's concerned. I think, they will continue to be bullish, continue to run up as time goes on. if you don't know what DocuSign is, it's basically a company where you can sign documents. And I think, they definitely were able to benefit off of the pandemic. People being at home, working from home, working remotely, documents still have to be signed. So I think DocuSign was the company of choice to integrate that. And it's not like a small name company. It's a pretty large name company, just like Zoom is. So I think Zoom and DocuSign are going to be the two, big winners for this week as far as earnings are concerned. But you still have time to jump into DocuSign because their earnings isn't until Thursday. So look forward to that. Going to Tesla. Tesla just very bearish today. Dropped off like crazy, like a rock. If we look on here, this is not, denoted by the chart that's currently on here. Charts acting wonky after their split. If you're not familiar with what happened with Tesla recently, they had a 5-to-1 split. So for every one share of Tesla that you had, on the record date, you now have 5 shares of Tesla. So it rallied the day after that, but it seems like today they were kind of sideways. Not too much price action going on. After hours, they went up $5.95. But not too much crazy volume going on. They did have a crazy first day after their earnings where it rallied up quite a bit, but it seems like people are kind of taking profits at this level. The moving average 10 is $480. Moving average 50 is $1,291, and the moving average 100 is $1,674.73. So the moving average 10 is the only one that's been updated after the split. So we're just going to wait for these other numbers to populate. But we do know the moving average 10 line, the moving average 150 will eventually get down to the levels of this moving average 100 and this moving average 10. So just bear that in mind. The levels will level themselves out. If you're reading the charts, just don't be alarmed on that. Apple has done the same thing, but Apple today had a crazy breakout. They've just been on a very bullish uptrend, ever since their announcement of the split. So they've rallied, but they haven't rallied as much. They went sideways for quite a bit after their split, but then, recently they've started to go back up. So they ended the day at $134.18. Then after hours, they went up 82 cents to end at $135 even. So still going to keep my eyes out on that. Walmart today had a rally upwards. They announced, I think, a new delivery service for them. So pretty good news for them. Also, Walmart is still rallying, in my opinion, based on the news that they may acquire TikTok. So Walmart to partner with Microsoft to acquire TikTok. That deal's supposed to be done by mid-September. So looking for that and more information updates on that. I think they will continue to rally until news is given on that. So moving average 10 for Walmart is $147.53. Moving average 50 is $140.10. Moving average 100 for Walmart is $135.41. And they ended the day at $147.59. $148.51 is where they ended because they went up 92 cents after hours. So still looking for the news on the deal with Microsoft to possibly buy TikTok. So looking for more information on that, but seems to be rallying at a pretty steady pace until that news comes out. Microsoft also partnering with Walmart for the acquisition of TikTok, but it seems to be that Walmart is going sideways. Today they went pretty sideways, which is denoted by this chart right here, and started a small bearish trend. So the moving average 10 line went below the moving average 50 line, which to me denotes a bearish trend. Looking at the chart, we can see that their moving average 10 is $226.09. Moving average 50 is $227.05. Moving average 100 is $221.72. And they ended the day today at $227.27. And then after hours went up 73 cents to end at $228 even. So if you missed the video this week for the penny stock watch list, I'm gonna go over for some of the penny stocks that I have on here that I'm watching. So VBIV is the first one that I'm watching. DGLY is the second one that I'm watching, and AIM is the third one that I'm watching. So make sure you go check those videos out for the analysis on that. You know, still watching those, even though they seem to be pretty bearish today. Looking for those to turn around. I think DGLY definitely has a lot of good things coming for them down the pipeline, especially with their temperature sensor that they made for stadiums. I think you know, DGLY definitely has promise. Zoom definitely looking good. Their earnings, you know, quite ridiculous. Glad I was able to call them today. And you know, looking for them long term. So I think Zoom, you know, has basically perfected their business model and definitely able to take advantage of this situation. Yeah, Microsoft is not taking over TikTok, but they are in talks of trying to acquire TikTok with Walmart. So there are basically three companies that were trying to buy TikTok. It was Microsoft first, then Oracle, and then Walmart announced that they were partnering with Microsoft to try to acquire TikTok. So the CEO of Microsoft basically was like, yeah, you know, it'll add another layer to our social media side, which, you know, they already own LinkedIn. So they're trying to get the younger demographic because LinkedIn is more of a business side of it. And, you know, not a lot of younger audience on there, but they're basically trying to compete with Facebook, in my personal opinion. Walmart, on the other hand, is just using it for ads and just trying to get the data on how customers shop, because data, you know, is very powerful. So if they can learn the habits of what people like to watch, being a partner in TikTok, then I think that's what the purpose they want in advertising purposes as well. And Walmart also has a lot of cash that they can spend. Microsoft also has a lot of cash to spend as well. So I don't know what Oracle's portfolio or balance sheet is like, but I know that they are by themselves in their acquisition. So it may be all three companies partner together to try to acquire it. But at the current moment, it was Oracle by itself and then Microsoft with Walmart. So yeah, so that's the end of the video for today. I'll try to be back on here with the earnings for Macy's and DocuSign. And then I have Campbell Soup on the plays as well. Hope everybody was able to lock in that Zoom call because Zoom went crazy. So go double check that video. You know, hopefully everybody was able to lock in those profits. H&R Block going sideways, so hopefully they will continue to either go up or just continue to go sideways. I think their earnings was, you know, pretty average, so not looking for too much for them. Macy's, I still kind of have a 50-50 on them. They may perform like Ulta did. Ulta went up like $32 after hours after their earnings, so still looking for them. Then Campbell Soup, which kind of moves sort of slow, but DocuSign is definitely the one. DocuSign is definitely the one that I would say, you know, try to get in before it's too late. Looking at their chart, they've already began to break out, anticipating earnings, especially with a lot of people looking at Zoom, and it's after hours going up, almost $200 after hours. People are going to be looking at DocuSign because it's in the same field, and they're going to say, oh, well, if Zoom performed this way, then I know DocuSign is going to perform this way. Some of the premium on the options is already priced in, so some of the options are, you know, quite expensive, a little too expensive for me to jump in, but if you got the money to do it, I say good luck to you. And make sure you drop a comment down below if they work out, if those calls work out, and if you're not afraid to post your profits that you made on that. But I'm going to be signing off for today. Make sure you go add on IG. Make sure you go add the clothing company. Drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.